Welcome back to the channel, everybody. This is Kodeations, and in today's video, we're going to be diving back into some Cookie Run Kingdom and officially bringing you guys, as promised, taking a look a little bit deeper into the Caramel Arrow trailer and pointing out anything and everything that you guys need to know and really truly decide, is she going to be melee or is she going to be a ranged unit? So officially diving in here, as you can see, we've got the video pulled up behind us here. We're just going to kind of let it run out and do its thing. Again, my whole point of this video is I really want to break down the skill and everything that we know as of right now, clearly just from speculation and theory at this point, where we don't know any additional details. Obviously, we won't get that information until we actually get the patch notes dropped in the game with, showing, Caramel Arrow's description on their skill. And then also, once it officially, the update does drop in the game, we will get some additional information, wrote down in gray on the individual skill. But until then, we're going to break down, exactly what I personally see, and you might have missed some of the stuff that they actually show here. So not only do they show a PvP match, a PvE match, but they also show a boss fight that we're going to be checking out here in a second as well. And again, like I said, we'll talk about it, all right? Alrighty, so there you are, guys. That is going to be the full-length trailer, the 1 minute and 4 seconds that they have shared over on the YouTube channel. Now, for the moment of truth, let's break it down. Alrighty, so the first thing here that I want to break down and talk about, and that's going to be taking a look at the very first animation we have on the skill, all right? So it's going to be popping up here in 1 second here for us. Now, they are running this with, just Caramel Arrow solo here, so we don't get the ability to really see the true positioning. Now, I know we've seen from a leaked image before. If you haven't seen it, I'll pop it up here on screen, but nevertheless, we have seen an image where it does show that Caramel Arrow is supposed to be a frontline ranger cookie, all right? So again, hopefully we'll see that, coming up in the next compositions that they show in this trailer. As we can see here, we do have, obviously the solo cookie. She's going to be popping off her ability. You can see that the bow is currently split in 2 pieces. We've got the left and right hand blade, basically, the white and the dark blade, or the white and chocolate blade, whatever you want to call it, in resemblance of, the white and, chocolate dragon or brown dragon, black dragon, whatever you want to call it, in that same regard, all right? So for Cacao Kingdom, but let's go ahead and let it play out here. So we've got some sort of rollback or, like backflip mechanic here, pretty much typical, I guess, for a lot of ranger classes and other games. Very similar to like an ambush cookie style, right? Where like Vampire would, just, kind of like, disappear from where, the back line, and then reappear to where the enemy is, do some damage, and then, comes back. Very similar to that is what it reminds me of. But essentially, she's going to be going to the back line, and then she pops off 2 arrows is what it looks like right here. We can see 2 individual arrows. We got the one on the left-hand side, the one on the right-hand side. And then it looks like, as we can zoom in here, that the 2 arrows that were shot do some sort of debuff. As you can see right here, this little like arrowhead, and then they've got an arrowhead in the back right-hand side as well. So it looks like we've got 2, and they're still currently in their skill stance, and they've already now have popped off a total of 4 arrows. We got the first 2, now we've got the second 2. You can already see that these 2 units, whatever this little coin shield unit is, already has a debuff, and you can already see this guy in the back here has a debuff. And then another little sneak peek that they drop in here right here at the last second, and that's going to be that the debuff actually stacks. You can see right here, this very first one was the guy that hit, got hit first. Already had one of these little arrow debuffs, whatever it is, now has, a ×2. So the debuff does stack is what it looks like. Alrighty, so then we officially got some PvP here as well. So the very first thing that I want to point out, and that's going to be her 2 blades. She's in the front line, obviously, and then she's got the 2 blades, the left and the right hand blade here, that is not currently, going to be in, a bow status. But with that being said, it looks like she's doing 2 slash abilities here. She's doing 2 slashes like this. So she's doing absolutely doing melee damage. So she's like a hybrid. She's a melee unit and a range unit. And then she immediately goes right into doing her skill. And once her skill pops off, she actually does the really cool backflip maneuver here. You're going to see right there. So it's very fast, but you can see that backflip maneuver. She pretty much jumps from the front line all the way to the back. And then she instantly, cast off her bow. So you can see right here, she instantly pulls the bow back as soon as she lands on her feet. And the moment that she does land on her feet here, you can see that she actually shoots the first couple of shots automatically, and you can see the status of her super or her ultimate, whatever you want to call it, in the duration and how, it's basically ticking down at this point. So again, very, very interesting cookie here. Very hybrid, I guess, is what I would like to say. It only hits the 3 individual units, which is very interesting here. It does not hit poison mushrooms, so it only hit dark cacao, red velvet, and then also going to be strawberry crepe. And you can see that because they all three have the debuff, but poison mushroom does not have that debuff, which again is very interesting to me. However, though, she is about to pop off her second 2 arrows that she was able to pull off. So the first one shot 3, the second one looks like it's only shooting 2. So very interesting here. And then if we back it back up really fast, it actually moves really quick. Let me see if I can pause just in time here. So we've got the very first shot, second shot. I want to pause it. There it is. Okay, so never mind. It did hit all 3 of them. And you can see, obviously, like I mentioned before, that stack job. You can see that every single one of these do have now a 2 buff counter instead of the 1 buff counter. So very interesting here. Very, very interesting mechanic. And then once again, you can obviously see here, it did not even hit Poison Mushroom, even on the second cast of the ability. And she's still back here in her ability, too, which is very interesting. So I wonder how long that duration is. This is going to be the very first encounter that we have for PvE. So very interesting here. So once again, you can see that, she's currently on a team full of, pretty much one of each type. You've got basically the 2 tanks in the front. You got Avocado and Milk Cookie here. You've got Devil, which is going to be in the middle line, and you've got Herb, which is placed in the back. However, though, we've got Caramel Arrow being put here in the middle. So essentially here, when you've got 3 different tanks on any 5 cookie team build, if you happen to put a 3rd tank, in the team of already 2 tanks, it's naturally just going to move one of those tanks to the back or, to the middle line or whatever, because again, you can only have 2 positions in the front. And that's essentially what's happened here with Caramel Arrow. And that's why she's going to be riding here in the middle in this team comp. But nevertheless, you do have this backflip maneuver here. And then once again, going ahead and popping off her individual skill, you can see right here that we've got 3 arrows total. So if I back this up just really quick and then pause it, you can see we've got three arrows totally popping off here at the right moment. And then we also have the debuffs being applied as expected, of course. And then you can also see here that the second shot also did 3 arrows. It hit the very first one, killed this guy here, and then it already, launched back to where the boss is. So all 3 of them got hit with the arrows. And then the next fight we've got, which is actually going to be the leaked image that we got prior to the update or this teaser officially dropping out in the community. So again, I'm very curious to see if this is going to be the final boss of episode 14 and they've already shown us this, or if this is just going to be a mini boss of episode 14, because I would imagine at some point we would be fighting Alphagato Cookie unless this is not finished, and it might carry over to episode 15. But essentially here we've just got another backflip maneuver, as you can see on the left-hand side there, that's going to pop it off and do the additional, damage and everything like that with those debuffs. And again, they did not show us if that debuff actually applies to any bosses or anything. They did not show that, unfortunately. And there you go, guys. That's going to be my official breakdown on everything that I could collect or at least theorize about in a 1-minute teaser video, man. I'm super excited for Caramel Arrow to come into the game. I mean, naturally, I think this is our very first hybrid cookie. I mean, we've got a melee in the front or the start of the battle, utilizing the skills, swapping to a ranged unit in the back, shooting 3 targets at most from what we can see. I mean, we don't know if they can target more than that, but I did not see any more than 3 shots going off at one time. Each one of the shots seemed to be targeting, a different unit and also applying a debuff, which has the ability to now stack on top of it, the more hits that Caramel Arrow does. So again, we don't know what the debuff is at this point. Once that information does officially drop into the game, you guys know here, man, that I will be covering and doing a spotlight video, a first impressions video, doing anything and everything, all around Caramel Arrow. But nevertheless, guys, I'm very curious for what your thoughts are. Don't forget to drop a comment down below and let me know, man. And also, if you haven't done so already, I invite you guys to join the Discord, man. We've got almost 7,000 players over there. We love to talk and hang out and theorize about the overall update and the cookies prior to them actually dropping in the game. Also, guys, don't forget here to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know exactly when I drop a video, and not only that, when I go live. I will be going live here, I believe, at 3 a.m. in the morning for, to just basically start playing Cookie Run Oven Break or doing something else, leading all the way up until, Caramel Arrow's update does officially drop for us here in America at 5 a.m. CST. Hope to see all of you guys here. Thank you very much for watching today's video. And with that being said, as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.